The thing is, when you wear black and you have pets, you're always going to be covered in pet hair or lint or something. And I don't know where the lint roller is. Always covered in dog hair. Dog hair and baby spit up. Okay, I think that's good enough. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allegra Lorraine, and today we're going to be talking about the top essentials you need while traveling with an infant. The holidays are coming up. This is said to be one of the busiest times for travel this year alone. It's already the busiest time to travel, and this year alone there's going to be like the most people ever in the airport. And we all know how hectic it can be when you have a little baby, whether it's a newborn, an infant, a toddler, or whatever. Things can be pretty hectic and get pretty hectic really quick when you're going through an airport. So I've done some traveling with my son, who is 4 months old now, and we've gone on a few trips: California, Seattle. So I think I have a pretty good idea of just some of the basic things you need to get through everything as easily as possible. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I have is this Dr. Brown's bottle. So when you're traveling, I would recommend just bringing maybe 2 bottles, and then a bottle with formula in there, and then a bottle with nothing in there, or 2 bottles with just water in there and a bottle with actual formula in there or breast milk. But these come in handy because you can store up to 8 ounces or more. You can fill it to the top of formula or breast milk, and it comes with this, just this top, so you can cover it up, and it helps keep the formula and the breast milk a bit fresher and longer. So everybody knows breast milk you can have for a way longer time than you can formula. With formula, you can only have it out for about 1 to 2 hours, unless you keep it in a cool place. So these come in handy a lot when traveling. I would recommend bringing formula already made, as well as like a little baby cooler, or maybe like little ice packs. So if you do have formula that you have to have ready, you can put it in here and you could just store it. So when you're on the plane, you could just twist it off, pour it in the bottle, and go. Because trust me, it's very uncomfortable trying to make a bottle when you're in a plane, especially if it's a tight space, 2 people next to you, got a baby wiggling around, starting to cry, you're trying to get the bottle ready before they start crying. So this saves the day a lot of the times. Also, when traveling through TSA, they're gonna want you to put like all your formula out. So as you go along, you have to have like a separate bin for everything. So all the formula goes in one bin. So if you just have like little stuff like this, it makes it easier than if you have like all these separate items for the formula. You can just put it in the bin and go. So I recommend just having a few bottles ready. That's definitely a necessity, or whatever baby food or anything that you have. But just know that you are going to have to put it in a separate, everything's going to have to go in a separate container. So that's one essential that I like. So when traveling through TSA, just know, like I said before, the formula, any baby food, any foods, all go in separate containers. Also, strollers, the stroller has to go through it by itself. So you have to take the car seat off, the base, the car seat, and the stroller all have to go through the scanner separately. So just be ready when you're going through. I traveled through O'Hare, and I've traveled LAX and Arizona, and no, not Arizona, Seattle. So I've been to those places with the baby, and every airport to and from that I've been through, all of those things have to go separately. Sweaters have to go separately. iPhones, iPads, laptops all go in there separately. Shoes off. Sometimes I can leave my shoes on. But pockets empty, everything. So just be ready when you're going through TSA to just start putting everything in separate containers. Some places might be a little lenient, others might not be. They might be super strict. But just be ready, especially if you're traveling by yourself. I've been traveling by myself, so it's a lot. I have like 10 containers full of stuff, so just know. And all of these things they make it a little bit easier to get through it, because if you have too much stuff for the baby, it's a lot, and something gets messed up or something can get left behind, especially if you're running late for your flight. Boom. Okay. So the next thing that I have, if you're traveling with an infant and you don't want to carry around, I don't know, or you're not breastfeeding, or you're not able to pump, or whatever the fact may be, I like to have these little travel friendly packets of baby formula, because sometimes I breastfeed, other times I may not have enough milk to fulfill my baby's hunger at the time. But these come in handy a lot, especially when you're on the go, even if you're just out for dinner or going on a little walk or wherever you may be. I feel like in general these are very, very helpful. It's 2 ounces of, let me say, not 2 ounces, just 2 scoops of formula. So all you need is, you put this in 2 ounces. No, wait, I'm lying. I'm lying, let me see. I'm dumb. Yeah, 2 scoops of formula, 4 ounces. There we go. Amateur over here. Okay, so you can use these on the plane. These help on the plane as well if you're in a tight space. So I recommend, if you don't have any breast milk, just filling these up with water, or not water. They might not let you, not all places let you go through with water, but if it's in a baby bottle, they might let you go through with water, because I've had bottles filled with just water, and I've had these in my bag and they just scan it and they let it through. I don't know, some people might have you throw it out, so just be aware that every airport is different. But just fill these up with water, or when you get in the airport, buy some water or fill it up with water wherever you can, and then just keep these on there. That way you could just pour it in there, have the bottle ready. Some bottles you can fill up with water, but I don't know, you just never know what's gonna happen. I like to have a little bit extra. So I had like a bottle already made. I had 2 bottles filled with water, and then I had this filled with water, and then I had like 3 or 4 of these, just because you don't know what's gonna happen. They could be having a growth spurt where they need to eat every hour. A plane could get delayed. You could be stuck at the airport for a little bit. You just never know what's gonna happen. So I like to have extra food. So that, yeah, these come in really, really great. And especially at night if you're traveling. Sometimes I'll bring a container of food when I'm traveling for the baby, but at night, just rip these open and pour it in the bottle, shake it up, and you're good to go. Alright, so my next travel essential would be anything to change the baby on. So I have this. I do want to get a new one, something that's a bit more sturdier, more hard. This just folds right up. It's so easy to put in the baby bag. So I like having something like this to change the baby on, because you can change the baby anywhere. If you have like a portable little changing table, you can change the baby anywhere. And also swaddle blankets. So what I like to do is I just put the baby on here like this, or swaddle, can you see? Or swaddle blankets come in handy, like when you're burping the baby. You don't always need a burp cloth, or you might run out of burp cloths. So when you're burping the baby, just put the baby over your shoulder, do 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 do, pat 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 pat, whatever. Also, like, it might be chilly, it might be cold on the plane. I just think swaddle blankets, they're very handy. Let's just say that they are very, very handy dandy. and I just like having them on me, especially when you don't want to bring, you might want to bring one blanket, but I wouldn't want anything too bulky. Just pack according to what the weather is going to be like. Think of that you might, if you go out to eat, places might be cold, but it might be hot outside. So just a nice thin little blanket for the baby works great. So I always pack one, like a bigger blanket, and then just 2 swaddle blankets because they just fold down really well and they fit into the bag. I know, like, it's very hard trying to pick what to bring. You don't want the bag too full or anything like that because then it's just like hectic. It's too full, you can't find anything. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But something to change the baby on is like, it comes in handy a lot. It's very efficient. So the next thing is bibs, especially if you have a drooler. My baby's a drooler, a spitter, whatever, a slobber. It just comes all out. I'm like, aren't you thirsty? Is your throat dry? Why is it all coming out onto the floor? So bibs come in handy too. So just, you don't want your baby walking around in a wet outfit. You want to keep them nice, dry, and warm. And there you go. So another thing that I like to bring with me is just this little, it's empty now because I took everything out, but just this little travel size thing. And normally in here I just keep like nail clippers, Q-tips, combs, brushes, little lotions just in case his skin gets dry, whatever, a thermometer, you just never know. But mainly, like, one thing that I keep in here are these little Arm & Hammer baggies. You just rip it, and I just keep this for the diaper because those diapers, we all know, those diapers, they can get rough real quick. It can smell up the whole room, and the last thing you want is to be that person whose baby has a stinky diaper that smells up the whole airplane, because let me tell you, these diapers will do it. These diapers will do it. So speaking of diapers, when traveling, I would recommend going with a diaper that's a size bigger than what your baby normally wears. That way they could just wear it a little bit longer and you just never know. It reduces the chances of like a poop explosion. You don't want to be on the plane and then the diaper is just everywhere, like the poop is everywhere. Babies pee on themselves, they pee through everything, they poop through everything, and like just going a size up in diapers, my baby wears a 2, but I put them in 3s at night or when I'm traveling, just so I can be comfortable in knowing that, okay, I have an extra hour before I have to change this diaper. Things won't get too crazy. So just keep that in mind. If you go with like the exact size of your baby, you might have to change the baby more often. And remember, when traveling, you might not be in a predicament to change your baby right then and there. They might have to wait a little bit until you can find a bathroom or a calm place to change their diaper. Speaking of changing diapers and messy explosions, always, and this is for wherever you go, pack 1 to 2 pairs of extra clothes according to the weather or whatever environment you would be in. A sweater and some pants, socks, a hat, whatever, depending on if it's going to be sunny or if you're going to have the baby out in the sun. But I always pack 2 pairs of clothes. I always like to make sure I have just something to slip on the baby, something that's very easy. Whether it be a onesie or a little shirt and some pants, whatever, because you just don't know. The baby could spit up, poop through anything, but a change of clothes is always great to have. So keep that in mind. There's nothing like going someplace and then you forget to have a change of clothes. And one essential in here that I think is very necessary but I don't have are baby wipes. You just gotta have baby wipes in your bag all the time. I need not say more. I like to add a little extra water and soap in my baby wipes, especially when traveling, just because it makes cleanups a little bit easier. So always keep you some baby wipes around. Okay, let's see. Oh, and always keep like depending on how old your baby is, like a book or a toy. My baby was about 2 to 3 months around the time I was traveling, so he really didn't need much. But like a book or a little teething toy like this, it helps a lot when you're on the go, just to keep them distracted, or you never know if they're teething or anything, just to keep them calm when you're in a busy situation, because traveling around the holidays, it can be pretty hectic. It might be a little bit overstimulating for the baby, so you want to keep them something that can keep them calm and distracted. So the number one thing that I recommend while traveling with an infant, very, very, very essential, helps you get through the airport. You love it. You don't have to be weighed down. You can do more. You don't have to have all this heavy stuff around you. It's a carrier. Because at some point, you are going to have to give somebody that stroller and car seat or whatever, the base, everything. It's going to be gone at some point. And this makes things a lot easier. Especially if you have a lot of stuff. What I like to do is I just put the baby in this carrier. And then afterwards, I put like the baby bag and everything in the car seat. And when I'm on my way to get my luggage, and this is when I get off the plane, it's just a lot easier. I don't have to carry all this stuff. I don't have to have him in the stroller or worry about taking him in and out of the stroller. I don't have to have anything heavy on my back. I could just carry the baby, put everything in the car seat, any blankets if I'm hot, take off my jackets or whatever I have on, everything will just go in the stroller, and I can just push that and carry him. It makes things a lot easier. And sometimes when you are going through TSA, they'll let you keep this on and just walk through it with the baby, so that way you could just start dumping stuff in there instead of holding him and trying to get everything together. When you just have the baby in the carrier, it's a lot easier to get all your stuff back to where they need to be. Okay? Yeah. Also, be careful when you are traveling and you have a stroller or car seat in the base. Please make sure you have everything. Look at your stroller and make sure attachment pieces don't come off easily, or secure them onto the stroller, because I've lost part of my stroller in the plane and didn't even know it, and it's gone. It is gone. I had to get a new attachment, like the little visor that goes over the stroller. Had to get a new one. So that I didn't know that slid off, and it just came right off when they gave me the stroller back after I got off the plane. And I was like, so like had all this stuff in my hands, and everything was so hectic that I wasn't even paying attention. And just keep up with everything, because I lost the car base too. I was very, very upset. Luckily, we have a car seat that can be secured in the car with or without the base. So just keep that in mind. So make sure nothing comes off the stroller. You have all your attachments. Try to keep the car base in a place where you can remember it or where you can pick it up easily, as well as the car seat, to make sure no attachments come off. Make sure there aren't any dents. How you got it is how you should leave with it once you get off the plane, because when they put your stuff on the plane, when you check it in, they are responsible for that item. So if it gets lost, they can refund you, or they can replace it or whatever. They can try to find it or whatever, but it's their responsibility when they check things up front by the plane. Whew. I had to hurry up and do this because my baby sleep. My baby sleep. He can wake up any minute. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, these are all my essential things that I like to take with me when traveling, especially by myself. When I'm by myself, things are a little bit harder to do. Not harder, but it's just a lot more to do when you're by yourself, and you have to be more aware. So yeah, I hope hope that you all stay safe while traveling throughout the holidays for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I hope you guys have a happy, wonderful, pleasant Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy your family and friends and loved ones. And yeah, just keep these tips in mind when you're traveling, especially when you're by yourself. be aware, be cautious, make sure you have all your stuff together, okay? And that's it. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. So subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment down below. Okay, bye.